Welcome to the F-150 campaign tour. I picked up a hitchhiker here in St. Louis. Senator Doug Beck, thanks for making the time.
Appreciate it, Scott. I felt a little weird standing on the corner, but I did it.
I thought you looked good on that corner. I wasn't the first guy that pulled over and wanted to see what was up. Number one, your race, not exactly what it was your first time. You got to feel pretty good about that.
We do, and we're doing everything we need to do. And I'm not discounting my opponent, as these things are partisan as they go on at the end of the day. But we're doing everything we need to do. We're doing TV, mail. We're got a very extensive ground game going, so we're doing all the parts we need to do.
In some of these races, the partisan breakdown just favors one candidate or the other. You being an incumbent, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but it is what it is. I also want to talk to you about some of these other races. You've kind of led the effort for the Senate Democrats. Let's start right here in your hometown. Joe Peerless, great recruit. It looks like that race. I've been here. I got in last night and I saw 4 commercials before I could brush my teeth for Peerless and Gregory. Looks like you all are leaning in on St. Louis County.
Yeah, he's and Joe's been running a great campaign. He's been working his tail off. And as you said, he's a great recruit. He's a good candidate. He fits the district. He used to be a Republican. Now he's a Democrat. He just fits the area really well. And he's done everything that we've asked him to do. And we've been trying to help out. As you know, we've been trying to help as much as we possibly can in that race.
It feels like the intensity on the abortion issue in Kansas City is different than the intensity in St. Louis. It feels like, Amendment 3 generally is going to pass the Kansas City media market. Boy, there's an intensity on the St. Louis media market about it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not over in Kansas City all the time, so I'm not sure. But the polls we see and everything we do see on Amendment 3 is it's popular, 54, 55%, somewhere in that range. We think that'll...
But it's higher in Chesterfield, right?
Yeah, it probably is a little bit higher in Chesterfield. It might be 56, 58.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But I think it's Amendment 3 is been very important for Democrats, of course.
Let's move over and talk about Robbie Sauls. Robbie Sauls sat in that chair on Sunday, but only there was Robbie Sauls minus about 20 pounds the last time I'd seen him. I use the old Victor Callahan metrics. He's been doing his doors because he's lost weight. He's got a farmer's stand.
I felt the same way. I knew he was working when I went over there a couple weeks ago in Kansas City, and we went to La Bodega, and he even ate appropriately. But he was hitting doors, so you could tell. Yeah, he's doing the work. Again, Robbie's putting all the work in. He's doing what he needs to do to win that district. It's tight. Both of those two races, we're fighting an uphill battle.
Well, the partisan demographic is switched to independents.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if Donald Trump wins a week from today, Carrie Engel has a very advantaged position running for Senate in Lee Summit, but by the same token, independence has become more Republican.
Yeah, and I think that's partly because of the way they drew it this last time around. So I think if it would have stayed the same, it would probably been roughly the same, and it was still kind of an uphill battle. I don't know if John Rizzo, Senator Rizzo, was ever really super challenged in that district, but they could have been interesting, right?
I think Rizzo liked it when his campaign's on filing day. I mean, like when filing closed, he liked to have his business.
He was a great senator. He's done a lot. Well, as you know, he's done a lot of things. He's a good campaigner.
I thought he was great for an Italian.
He definitely connects to people, though, and I'll leave the rest of this.
I think he left a legacy. I think he goes up with Jay Wasson as one of the greatest post-term limit senators the state's ever had. I think you have enormous shoes to fill. But before we talk about filling those shoes, I want to talk about the 17th. Boy, Jerry made you spend some money, right?
Yeah, we spent money there, and we spent money in all 3 of those districts.
But I mean, you had to spend more. If Jerry anybody else files but Jerry, you probably don't spend any money there, do you?
I would agree that it would have been, especially the previous candidate who got out and endorsed her and then got back in. I think we were hoping for that to be the person.
Don't spend a lot of money when even the opponent's saying she's good. I mean,
she's going to be the better senator.
It does feel like you got to feel good about Maggie right now.
I think we do. And
of the 3, you feel best about Maggie?
Yes, we feel best about Maggie because she's doing the work too. I mean, these are all great.
All right, now the real question is who's number 2? Who you feel second best about?
I feel equally good about both independents and Peerless. I think Peerless, if you looked at it from a sheer political perspective of the trending numbers, the West County is trending towards Democrats, and if you look at the other one, it's maybe trending away from Democrats. But I'm not sure if it's just Trump. I think those
they may go vote for Trump and leave. I mean, there's a lot of folks, independents may show up, vote to make America great again, and then leave.
And we're good with that.
Well, I'm just as far as Robbie goes, I mean, that'd be great. Yeah. So give me a prediction. End of the night, you going to win all 3? 2 of the 3?
We're putting into work. I think we're going to win all 3. I mean, that's my plan. I mean,
I love
that's what we're shooting
It
for.
has been a very professional Senate Democrat operation you've ran. I mean, nobody can say you haven't left it all on the field. You fully funded your races. It's been a real NFL team versus NFL team fight. Give me a prediction, Crystal Quaid. Is she going to do better than in 20? Going to outpace Galloway?
I think she will, yeah.
Amendment 3 passes?
Yeah, it passes. I think it's going to be 54, 55, probably leaning towards 55 at this point, percent.
See, I kind of feel like it's tight, and I think it still
You
passes.
think it's tight? Okay.
I think it maybe, if I was going, 54 is a good measure. I might take the under on 54 now.
Yeah.
I think the religious communities have done a good job. It's just hard when your institutional pro-life organizations all hate the pro-life people. I've told people the only thing that pro-lifers hate more than abortion in Jeff City is other pro-lifers.
And I'm not sure what their campaign is, quite frankly, either. It's kind of interesting. It's sometimes I mean, if you see some of the stuff they're saying, it's just crazy. So,
well, Senator, thank you so much for taking the time. I sure appreciate it. I want to thank Farm Bureau for letting us be out here on the F-150 campaign tour. We'll see you out there on the trail.
Well, we're coming to your city.